Good morning. Good morning. Today's weather is a little bit clouded. It looks like it wants to rain, but when I looked at the weather this morning, it just said overcast. I hope everyone is super well. On those days when you think you're gonna be late and you are super early, it's just amazing. And on those days you think you're gonna be early and you become late. That's what happened today. We were absolutely early, even though I actually thought we were late. We are grateful for the gift of life and beautiful tasting coffee. We're grateful for that. We're grateful for health. We're grateful for wealth. We're grateful for family. And yeah. I don't have much to speak on today other than the fact that, well, I always have something to speak about. Duh. Okay, but then I'm actually early. I'm very nice and early, and I'm happy about that. The reason being, at 9 o'clock, I have an online session with one of my clients, and it's still about 15 minutes to 8. So I still have an hour, 15 minutes before the session, and I'm already on my way back home. So I'm quite chuffed about that. Very, very chuffed. And yeah, it seems like today is going to be one of those days whereby just like that in the morning, you're like, oh, it already starts. And already you are kicking the whole thing and just making things work. Yeah, so my first appointment is at 9 this morning. And I'm nice and early about that. And what I would like to maybe bring to all of us' attention, and it's something that we all know. It's something that we all know. But then I think we have a tendency of forgetting the fundamentals. Forgetting the things that actually make things work. I'm not sure whether it's forgetting per se, or it's thinking because we know we don't have to practice. However, I'm just realizing, that I'm reminded of this thing of your thoughts, your emotions, and your imagination. Those are the three things that mostly drive your inner world. And these three things, your thoughts, your emotions, and what you imagine, your imagination, are such crucial, important, and very expansive elements to always be aware of. And they govern the inner world. And the thing about that is, when these are in check, when these are, and by in check, I don't mean like every 2 minutes you need to be checking on what are you thinking, or how are you feeling, what is it that you're imagining, because you'll go crazy. However, it's just being mindful of these things, and understanding that when they are healthy, and by healthy I mean you are in tune and attuned to them, they play a very crucial role in what goes on in your inner world. And surprisingly enough, it's when these are attuned, when you are mindful of these and cultivating the kind of life that you would want to see for yourself from these, that your outer world comes to bloom. And funny enough, we have conditioned ourselves to actually want to fix and work on the outer life, or outer world rather, in order to fix ourselves, where in actual fact it's when you fix your inner world that the outer world falls into place. So with that being said, I would just like to invite all of us, myself included, just invite all of us to work on cultivating fruitful seeds and seedlings of what we think, our thoughts, especially our thoughts about ourselves, because there's a lot of self-criticism that happens when one is in their head. There's a lot of self-criticism that happens when one is in their heads. And it's in that you actually realize that you are not so much in tune with your thoughts, right? So I would like for all of us to just be mindful and really start cultivating an environment of being mindful of the thoughts that we put out there about ourselves, especially because thoughts are energy, and the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. And then with regards to our emotions, this is a little bit of a tough one, because in most cases our emotions are mostly shaped by what we perceive, what we have perceived, what has been the story that we have been telling ourselves for the longest of times. And the sad part, but then it's something that also can just be brought to your attention, is the emotions that you pick up, especially whilst still very young, when we still unable to grasp as to say, why am I feeling like this when this happens? They tend to be attached and sit with us the longest, and they end up formulating what we tend to regard as habits. Then when something happens on like a continuous basis, you find that there is a certain way that you respond to that without actually even thinking, and there is emotions that you attach to that, and it's in learning how to break these that you also just become aware of where you are at in the present moment, to be able to just see what has been the record that has been playing the longest in your head, that it has been playing without you actually even realizing that it is playing. So when it comes to emotions, somebody might say something and it triggers you, and then the next thing you know, you mad, you angry, you sad, and you don't understand why. And when you actually take a step back to reflect, you just realize that, in all honesty, if you looked at this for what it was or what it is in that moment, instead of putting all the history and the baggage that you come with, it could have been something that would have easily just slipped and you would be okay with. And then the third one, imagination. It's and this is this is for effect. Have you noticed how the older you get, the difficult it becomes for you to imagine things as compared to when you were young? And like I could easily just say, go into meditation now, and I say to you, imagine a candle. A lot of people would think that they are imagining a candle, but then at times you find that you do not imagine a candle the way you're supposed to be imagining it, right? And there's techniques on how to enhance your imagination. And imagination also, fun fact, for it to read, or for you to really maximize how it actually operates in your life, right? It needs to be linked to emotions. So if you are imagining something and it's not invoking a sense of feeling, imagine again. That's all I'm gonna say for now, right? So yeah, those are three things that I would really, really love for us to cultivate in order for us to really shape our inner world. Because it's when our inner worlds are shaped the way we want for them to be, that everything blossoms and it is seen in the outer world, not the other way around. I am at my gate. Have an awesome day.